It's just unrealistic.
I can understand her having feelings, but don't, Jen.
Don't.
No feelings for you. Put on the mask. That's what we're here for. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going? We never check in. How are you today?
We never check in.
Well, no, we do. But, like, how are you? This is Membry Ash, and we are watching The Bachelorette Jenn, which is apparently season 21, episode 5.
Yes. I have no idea. I don't remember what happened in the last episode.
One thing I know, and spoiler alert for 10 seconds, is that Jen said Sam M did not get a bad edit.
So let's hope she didn't pick him. I feel like that means she didn't pick him.
I think that does. If she did, that would be weird.
So it's just when he goes home.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. It's probably not today, but maybe. Who knows?
Yes.
Also, the Marcus crap.
Oh.
That is that still, like, out there?
Yeah, I haven't like revisited it, but after the last episode, somebody in our comment section was like, yeah, like, pretty big shame about that Marcus stuff. And I was like, what Marcus stuff?
So we had to look into it.
But I went to Reddit after reading that, and there are a lot of allegations about Marcus's behavior that are not great. So I don't think we're going to be talking him up as much. I can't watch the show and not.
Yeah, and
think
not.
About that.
So we kind of have to, like, put that out there.
Yeah.
On that note,
let's
hop in.
Just some light conversation.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's watch the show.
Auckland.
I don't even remember where we left it off. Oh, they didn't have the rose ceremony because her ex came
because,
back. Her
like,
ex
Matthew
came back.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
All of us are in good spirits. Nerves are there.
And the guys haven't
They,
met him yet. They don't know.
Oh my god.
I'd be irritated if I was one of these men.
Yeah.
Because, like, it kind of isn't fair. It puts, like, the ex-boyfriend on a different level because he knows her already.
Absolutely. It's a totally different situation.
Let's just have a great night. Let's try to keep it drama free.
Jeremy. I'm sorry, Jeremy. That's not what's going to happen.
This is the most confident that I've felt.
Oh, look at those two. Oh my god. Thomas and Sam, same drink.
They are like Dr. Evil and Mini-Me, though, aren't they?
Yeah, dude.
My past has started to impact me in a lot more ways.
It's gonna impact y'all tonight.
He flew all the way here to Auckland.
Auckland word.
God.
Awkward?
Stop it.
Awkward reunions.
Oh, yes. That's... Oh, yes. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
There you
yes.
go.
There you go.
There it is.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
Okay, I get that one.
I do need to talk to him. I will be right back.
Wait, what? So she interrupts... Okay. She's talked to none of them. She interrupts their little... They're having a good time.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know if she's going to be keeping Matt at this point. She just interrupts to tell them and then walks away.
Yeah, I know.
That feels cruel.
Well, yeah, but again, a lot of their movements and meetups are all orchestrated by the show.
Yeah, of course.
So go in there, tell them,
right.
Walk away so that they can film their reaction.
You didn't think something like that was going to happen tonight, and then boom, it hit the fan once again. So here we are.
That would suck. And then they have to sit there and wonder, is he coming in? Like, there's no answer. They don't know for sure that he is or he isn't.
That's true. We don't know for sure that he's going to make it past tonight.
I'm still confused, like, why now?
Matt's a weasel.
It's really now or never. You're leaving this thing engaged.
I don't know. It's hard for me because I can see the
plausible.
perspective of, like, you think you're okay with it, you sleep on it, and you're like, wow, I'm not okay with it. And then you're like, there's nothing I can do. She's on the show. And then the days go by, and you're like,
she's gonna
what
get married.
rash thing could I do to, like, figure this out, you know? So, like, I kind of do get it.
And now she's gonna let her pass back into her life like that so easily.
The thing that I'm
let him
saying,
walk among us.
Devin just said he will walk among us.
Well, like a vampire or something?
Such a weird way to describe it. If Matt comes in like he's not human.
I know.
Don't say that, bro.
Yeah, she doesn't leave.
Don't say that.
Devin's getting real in his head right now.
Yeah, he's upset.
Grant's talking him off a cliff.
I actually
Look
like
at
Grant a lot. I didn't
Grant's
think that I
awesome.
liked Grant because he led with that fancy car and basketball and whatever. But, like, he's showing up pretty good. He seems pretty calm and pretty good. And him taking the time to talk to Devin is nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he doesn't have to do that.
Grant's showing up real well right now.
This rose doesn't mean anything to me.
Devin's getting pissed.
Devin's throwing a fit.
Yeah.
Jeremy's like, that guy? Okay.
Just wanted to take a second to let you guys know. She let me know, her future's in this room.
Damn. Jenn.
Oh, I'm getting a little choked up.
It just wasn't what I had hoped for.
All right, bye, Matt.
That's inherently, like, if you put your heart on the line like that,
Yeah.
that's the risk that
Yeah.
you take, is that
Yeah.
they say no and then you go home.
That was just a stupid hiccup that meant nothing. But, whatever. It's fine.
It's cool, though, that she made that choice.
Yeah.
I jumped to conclusions for the wrong reasons.
Devin feels bad. He's like, he
What,
got
'cause he
all
was losing
aggro
his
and
mind?
mad.
Yeah, he's like,
and then
"Ah!"
She ended up making, like, the right choice.
Yeah. I think he said while we were kind of not paying attention, that he'd been cheated on and stuff, and that kind of brought up some old bad feelings and shit.
Absolutely.
Because with the rest of these guys, it sucks, but he knows what it is.
Yeah.
This new guy coming in, he brings up different feelings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this person going to, like, pick somebody else over me that
Yeah.
isn't supposed to be part of the experience? Because it is different, this. Like,
Yes.
they know that they're all dating her at the same time.
Mhm.
It's not cheating. With that guy, it's like you're picking literally
A
someone else in
rando
your
new
life.
person that shows
Right.
up. Yeah.
I do have some difficult decisions to make, and that crushes me as well.
Well, there are a few people here I'm okay getting crushed. I actually don't wish people ill. Some of them I don't think should be here.
There's certain people I don't want to see on TV anymore.
Yeah, like I don't want to watch you because you're being an ass. Kind of thing.
Right,
It's like when
yeah.
people stop watching our videos because they don't like us. Like,
yeah,
okay.
and that's fine. Like,
Sign up, sign out. It's cool.
that's the cool thing about
Buttons?
watching stuff is you get to opt out.
Yeah,
you
press
know?
a different button.
Right.
Or press the like button right now and subscribe if you want to see more of the season.
God.
What?
The salesmanship.
What? You need to remind people. They don't do it.
Wild.
Grant.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
He stayed cool through that experience.
He did.
And he trusted her too. He was
Yeah.
like, she's going to make the right decision. Like, it's going to be fine, you know?
Yeah, level head.
Yeah.
He killed it. He got a lot of points from me just in that like little conversation and the way he kept us cool.
Yeah.
I can feel however I want to feel about our connection.
Catman. I refuse to call him Spencer.
So rude.
Okay. No, Catman I say endearingly. He is like a cat
He
though.
photographs all pets, not just cats. Okay.
No, but he talked about being a cat dad specifically, right?
Yeah.
You don't know that he photographs all pets. He
You
might
think
just do
he's
cats.
only, or what if he only does ferrets?
He might.
Very
Well, that's
specific.
a niche market.
Austin.
Austin. Not surprised.
Is Thomas?
Thomas
Is going.
Thomas?
Oh, thank God. Honestly, I'm sorry, Thomas. You might be okay in your
Yeah.
life, but you and Sam M are a terrible combination.
I think it's a perfect example of when you get too close to certain people, it can really mess you up. Because I don't even feel like we got a fair perspective of who Thomas N is
No.
a person, because he latched onto Sam so
Yes.
much and like copied and mimicked his behaviors, and that is not somebody you want to mimic.
No.
But he acted like he was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to judge him too harshly on that, but like, because sometimes people can get sort of twisted by shit people, but I don't know.
It's tough though. He's an
I'm-
adult.
yeah,
like,
I know.
I tend
It's
to
true.
give more leeway to like teenagers that
That's
happens to, and pure adults. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and Thomas was showing up really poorly in a lot of different situations.
He was.
Not just being around Sam. He was
Yeah.
just like he's grabbing people and saying like, I need to talk to you and give me a piece of my mind and shut up, and like he was kind of rough in places.
Cheers to realizing this present group of guys right here is much better than anything in your past.
Maybe one or two of them notwithstanding. Yay, Jenn.
Good job, Jen.
Jen
That's gotta
made
be
a great
hard,
decision.
'cause
Yeah,
you
that's
barely
true.
know these people.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure Matthew has good qualities,
And
and
she's
there's
been
a
friends with
reason,
him for years.
right? They're friends
Yeah.
and close, and yet she still chose the like wild
7,
card
8
people.
strangers.
Right? Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, from like a show perspective, I hope it was the right choice for like her life.
The main thing I'm hoping for is a one-on-one. I think that would be amazing. I just see the way that you guys look after an entire day with her.
Yeah, it's got to be hard watching people come back from
Yeah.
one-on-ones and not having had one, because that is a chance that people get to connect. That if you don't have that,
Mm-hmm.
you really like your chances of getting further diminish.
Yeah.
Jonathan, it's time for our love to take flight.
Oh, Jonathan. I like Jonathan. He's goofy.
He's goofy.
I am over the moon.
He just shows up really well too. We talked about that where some people mentioned he's like in the top, their favorites.
Don't worry, I'll break your fall. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine.
Jonathan is a little scared right now.
What is did they get like a deal on a helicopter ride?
A deal.
Because honestly, they just
Buy two,
keep
get one
going.
free.
Right?
Can we connect on an emotional level.
Yeah, because they do have like a very kind of like cheeky connection, but can it also be like deeper than that?
You allow me to fully be myself, and that's not something that I've had in previous relationships.
Maybe she doesn't feel like she has to like fake because he's so goofy that she doesn't need to be like putting up a front, be cool, be sexy, whatever.
Do you know that's how it feels when she's with Sam M? I do feel like there's a front
like
there
because
he has this cool guy energy.
Like, hey,
and then it's almost like okay.
This is my Sam M impression.
And then it's almost like she feels like she has to match that.
Yeah,
so then the
I
goofiness goes away because that's not really who Sam is.
That date,
that is who
funny
Jonathan
as hell.
is.
Yeah. Do you accept this grave? Like, it's funny.
It was cute.
Yeah.
And they're like chasing each other around the vineyard.
She would never do that with Sam.
I can't imagine it. Like, this connection is probably the most fun of any of the ones that she has.
That we've seen for sure.
We lived together for 2 years. She was going through a very hard time. She would question my character and say that I was abusive and controlling.
It's nice that he's willing to open up about that too, because in a way it makes him sound bad.
Like, it sounds like he might be controlling or abusive. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Sure.
And that would cause fear potentially.
Yeah. But he's like, that's what happened, so he's willing to share it with her.
Also, one thing I've heard, and I think it's often true, is like people that share unflattering things or unflattering truths are more likely to be telling the truth in general because, you know, you're like trying to give the whole thing rather than pieces and parts.
Right.
To get not one-on-one would really signify if this is something that, you know, can be a thing moving forward.
But we got Grant, too, that hasn't had a date.
I know.
It's a group date.
Oh.
So now we're going to find out who doesn't have the next, because there's only one other one-on-one.
Jeremy? Dylan?
Ugh.
Oh, Jeremy and Dylan haven't had one-on-ones yet, have
they?
Austin?
Oh, Grant's getting that one-on-one.
That's intense, man.
That is stressful, because at a certain point, you end up in a group of people where people have had one-on-ones, and they've gotten roses on those one-on-ones. And then you're among a very small group of people who hasn't had a one-on-one and has only gotten a rose at a rose ceremony.
It's just, Jeremy, Dylan, Austin at this point, right? Haven't had one-on-ones, haven't had roses from those. Yeah.
And then, essentially, unless Grant really messes this up, he's getting a rose.
Come back with a rose.
Right.
It sucks because I feel like most of the guys are not even just one step ahead of me. They're like a few steps ahead of me.
Honestly, if I had to guess right now, I'm going to say Austin and Dylan are going home tonight. Because I think you said that you believe Jeremy gets a one-on-one.
I feel like I've seen
There's a scene with him driving, it was the bike scene.
Growing up, like, I wasn't handed anything on a silver platter. Like,
I definitely think Jonathan's getting a rose. I think it's an easy choice. He's showing up so well.
And these are big topics that he's talking to her about. Like, this is that, like, getting past that just funny facade that they started off with.
I've been through very similar, not the same.
I like how she qualifies that too. She's like, I get some of it. It's obviously not the same thing though.
Yeah.
And rather, I know exactly what you're talking. No, you don't know exactly. She's very careful to not say that. It's another reason I love Jenn.
I do too. I think she's really great.
Jonathan, will you accept this rose?
Oh, that's cool. It rained. Oh,
that's not fake?
That's like
There's no rain machine up top?
Oh, is it a rain machine?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking.
It might be. If it is, that's lame.
Hello!
I mean, Austin is a cutoff shirt kind of guy, though, right?
Not
the
like
mullet,
that, though.
That's
What's
a little.
happened? It's
that
like
cutoff
a
is strange.
Yeah,
that's a bad cutoff.
It's a bad. It almost looks like a, like halter, polos. Like it looks like that kind of. I want to know if they did that themselves or if somebody else did that, because Jeremy's is literally a crop top, which props to him, but. Look at it. Look how little it is.
Growing up on a farm, I've been around animals my whole life, whether it's cattle, whether it's horses.
He does have a bit of an advantage in that way.
Yeah. I mean, but he was overconfident in the striptease. He's like, I got this, and then he didn't get it.
But there are a lot of guys there that have really great bodies versus the
experience with farm animals.
I think is a little bit more niche.
I'm not sure if it's like you win the competition, therefore you win it, or if it's like how you show up.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's probably more how you show up. But then it's like he's in his element. So
that's true.
It is an advantage, I think.
But I could see him being an asshole and just not getting it. That's basically what I'm trying to. Yeah.
I need a break from all these men. Let's watch some ads.
Grab a shovel and a bucket each.
You gotta be absolutely joking.
Dylan's like, no, absolutely not. Gross.
We all look up and see that Devin has stole our girlfriend. I think it shows a huge sign of disrespect, and I don't think that's a quality that Jenn is really looking for.
Well, you might be wrong there, Sam.
She's leaving him around, so obviously she likes disrespect.
Exactly.
Hey, Devin, let's get your ass to work. Come pick this up. Come on, boy.
I'm coming. I
mean, I just say
Spencer
something.
handled it pretty well.
Yeah.
Because saying something to him and then getting him like back on track.
Come on, dude.
Is the right way, I think.
Keep going. Getting the wool.
The crop top is, I mean, like, it's fine. He's allowed, but I just don't, right?
It's a choice.
Is that a choice that he would have made?
I don't.
Seeing the way he dresses and shows up.
I feel like
and stuff?
no, but then I also feel like they just gave him all like safety scissors and kind of sent him to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they look bad.
Like poorly, like that.
Would a production assistant have even done that bad of a job? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that was a choice Austin made.
Someone who we think would be a great farmer, it's Devin.
Someone else definitely deserves that. It's not Devin.
Oh, shit. I mean, Devin's obviously a front runner.
Devin's consistently prioritizing her. Like, he's wanting to talk to her.
And that's maybe what she's feeling.
And he was like, hey, are you doing okay? Like, how's it going?
After that stressful...
That has to have been hard, right? Like, that's a kind gesture.
Yeah. That also doesn't mean he's getting the rose. She's going to give him a rose either way. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for
sure.
She's
So, like,
keeping him
she
no
might
matter what.
pass the rose off to somebody else today just so it seems a little more fair.
Devin, you think you deserve Farmer of the Day? Honest answer.
Oh, God. It was bullshit. He didn't...
He got picked as Farmer of the Day?
He didn't deserve it.
For me, I think it was more about initiative of doing what I've always been doing.
She just wanted more time with him.
He could have said, I definitely wasn't the best farmer there, but I prioritized Jenn.
Yeah.
And that would have been what happened, and I think that would have been a fine response.
Yeah.
I've had conversations with Jenn that I think other people haven't had.
And it's true. He always prioritizes pulling her away for a minute or two, and he doesn't really care if it makes the other men mad.
Yeah.
And he's really not doing anything like that wildly inappropriate. Like when Spencer was yelling at him and was like, hey, like, get back to the task.
And he's like, all right,
He's like, oh, okay,
I'll put my gloves on. You're right, you're right.
Today has been a really tough day for me. There's so many guys here that have such a strong connection with Jenn.
You're getting cut, Austin. I'm sorry, dude.
I'd be shocked if he stays. I kind of hope he does, though. I really like Austin. It's kind of a shame. Some of the guys that, like, we haven't been able to get to see as much.
You have some amazing guys here that are ready to give you absolutely everything that you deserve. And
is he leaving?
He knows he's getting cut, so he's bouncing.
I don't think that I can do that.
Because he's realizing he just doesn't have the level of connection with her that the other people have.
And they have they've kissed. They've hung out. Like I think he won the racing one, right? And then, they had like a nice moment there, but
I don't think it's that he didn't like her. It's just he's seeing the level of connection she has with other people, and it's clear that it's not there.
Do you think she would have kept him?
I don't know. I think he was going home this week or next week. I don't think he was going to stay for a long time.
I want to be enough for somebody, and it seems like I wasn't enough for Austin.
I don't think that's what it is.
It kind of is, though.
You think
she
so?
didn't choose him early enough.
Yeah.
And in that way, it wasn't enough. Like,
Yeah,
their
that's true.
connection they were able to build in the tiny amounts of time that he's been given wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's fair. Like, I think that's probably true of anybody that hasn't gotten that time with her.
And I think it probably feels bad when somebody leaves regardless.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure.
And you're like, oh, damn. Like, even if you're the one cutting them, like that's a lot different than, like, I'm out,
Yeah.
Like...
Well, and I think, you're used to having the power of choice.
Yep.
And then he took that away from her.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these other guys are feeling this way?
That's true.
Anybody that hasn't gotten a one-on-one is feeling the way that Austin is feeling.
But there are
maybe
limited
not...
one-on-ones, and she's been
Sure.
dispensing them as she can,
Yep, because it really wasn't that he didn't like her.
Yeah.
It's just like, how can you say you've developed as close of a connection as clearly what she's built with, like, Devin?
If I tell them, then they see how worthless I am.
Oh my gosh, Jenn. They need a therapist on set, dude.
Jen, you're okay.
Jenn, you're fine. You're great.
Oh.
It's okay. You're rejecting people every day, Jenn.
I know, Jen. You're the mass rejector.
Right. And he only walked because you haven't been picking him.
Also, I just really don't think that was ever going to be her pick. It's not like her
No.
number one. It's not like her even number 3 left.
He realized that
That's
at
why
a
he
certain
left.
point. At a certain point, he realizes he's not going to be the one that she gets engaged to.
Yeah.
Like,
That's basically what he's
period.
saying. He's
Yeah.
like, this isn't going to be it.
Right. So why stay? It
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with her.
Yeah.
It's the connection that they built.
I failed, and that maybe I'm not the right woman for these men.
the wild part about this for me is like she isn't the perfect woman for all of these men.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't need and
be.
you shouldn't want to be
Right.
the perfect person for everybody.
Exactly. And they're not the perfect men for her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
and
can
also
understand.
I have issue with the perfect. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry, you
Yeah,
understand
me too.
what? Like the
Me
feelings?
Too. Yeah, I can understand her having feelings, but like I just feel like it's a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just unrealistic.
I can understand her having feelings, but don't, Jen.
Don't.
No feelings for you. Put on the mask. That's what we're here for.
She's probably exhausted. Too.
I know.
Like this would be exhausting.
Oh, for sure.
In a way, it would feel like you're failing. Like
Yeah.
you're not giving enough people enough time. Like you're not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because at this point, she values most of these people in some
Yeah.
capacity. She's cut most of the people that she has a problem with.
You tell me all the time, like, how amazing I'm doing and all this stuff, and I just don't feel it sometimes.
I feel like Joey had one of these like every other episode.
Yeah.
Like every
He
episode.
was very emotional.
Like no hate, but like she's
Right.
holding it together pretty well comparatively. Or does the Bachelorette do this every season?
Well, I think it's a hard role. It's a hard job
It
that
is,
they
yeah,
have.
sure.
It's emotionally a little bit
Yeah.
stressful. And
You're being
if you
ferried
have
around.
somebody that doesn't express this kind of thing, then you have like a Juan Pablo, and the
Yeah.
person's an asshole. So
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
you know, the people that care are gonna feel emotionally affected.
That's valid.
And I'm gonna speak for me. I'm gonna speak for everybody else here as well. We see our wife as well.
You would, Sam. I'm gonna speak for everyone here. You don't like never
You
say
can't do
that.
that.
Just don't
Yeah,
say
you
that.
can't do that.
I'm gonna speak like don't speak for yourself.
I like
I'm
that he's
nitpicking him today.
reassuring her
Yes.
though. Like it's nice, and he's not wrong. I think
Yes.
everyone that's there is like, this could be my wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue giving him a hard time because he's been such an ass before, and I think that's where I am right now. And I think he'll do it again, but he's showing up okay this episode.
Thankfully, I got a smile out of her. Felt great.
Her connection with Devin to me is just next level.
Is she the only one? He the only one that she was kissing at that night, being sad. Yeah, she pulled him aside after the farm thing where he wasn't a very good farmer.
Their connection is like pretty great.
Yeah, I would have to rank him top of the list for what most likely to get married at this point.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I feel like it's palpable, like the
Yeah.
difference in connection that she has with him. It feels like she's herself around him. She's goofy. She can express her
Yeah.
insecurities because he's expressed his.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know.
He shows up really good around her,
He does.
and he's not terrible around the other guys. He's a little annoying.
He's competitive.
He's competitive.
And they're partially annoyed because they're jealous of the connection. And like that's a reality when you have somebody that clearly has a strong connection and they're irritated by it.
Cheers to this crazy weather in New Zealand.
Cold?
No, just a little wet.
Are you gonna be rained on?
That sucks.
I don't know. It looks pretty to me. I like
Yeah,
the
that's true.
rain. I like
I
a
like-
gentle rain. Oh, it's
Okay.
not so gentle anymore. So maybe the rain the other night was rain.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because look at him now.
Yeah. Maybe they get more private time with the camera not right in their face because...
Of the rain?
Yeah. It's true that it's more personal. They still have the mics on, but the cameras are further away right now than I think they might all typically be.
Last night, I'm not perfect. I have bad days.
They're just getting f***ing soaked.
Yeah, they are.
Any normal person would be like, no, we're not doing this.
Let's leave.
They gave
Yeah.
them a clear umbrella so that they could see them.
Right.
And then said, stay there. That sucks. I feel
Grant?
like he kind of got shafted on the date.
I mean, there's a bit of rain, but like, he's a good person to have that though, because
That's
he's
true.
so, on this show, he shows up very cool,
Very
calm, and
positive,
collective.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he's a really good person to have, like, kind
That's
of
true.
small things thrown at you, because he's not going to let that ruin his experience.
Yeah.
We're gonna see, Hopefully it continues into tonight.
I mean, okay.
Incredible.
Great date. Great
Incredible.
I need to know if I could be able to open up to her and we could be able to trust each other. And
I like the one-on-ones because you really get to know the guys
date. Yeah.
where you don't otherwise. Like, this is kind of the
Mhm.
only opportunity, because when they're on those group dates and even in those small little conversations, like, it's not as intimate of a conversation.
when you're a child, you believe everything, you know what I'm saying? And the one person I trusted the most was like always lying. The next day, and he said, I'm checking into rehab.
It's amazing.
That's not like a clear sign that it's going to work, but the fact that he's doing it and he feels really good about that is really awesome.
Absolutely.
So now he's like a little under 2 months sober.
2 months sober?
That's amazing.
He just got sober right before he came on the Show, that's heavy.
It's amazing that he still has a relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
That he's able to say, like, I'm so proud of him and stuff like that.
After all of that.
Yeah, given how much harm that caused to him.
I feel a lot closer to Grant after having this conversation because there's a lot of troubled times growing up for him.
It's hard because I think a lot of these guys come in and they have to put that, it's almost like what Jenn was talking about earlier. They have to put the confidence first. They have to come in and act like they're the shit and they've got everything together and everything is awesome because that's how they get picked initially. And then they have to be able to open up about, like, real life hardship, which virtually everybody experiences in some kind of capacity, and like be vulnerable in that way in order to form an actual relationship with her. And it's cool to like get to know the people better in that way.
I agree.
And they're not just, you know, he came in, fancy car, you know, good job. Like, you know, I think one of his taglines in the beginning was like, you know, everything he does, he succeeds at. Like, that was kind of his, like, bravado in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then to see him as more of, like, a real person and not just, like, that persona is pretty cool.
Grant, will you accept this rose?
Of course.
Here's the thing, if I may be overly critical, I felt like they had a good conversation. It seemed heavy. He was sharing big stuff, and I bet he was emotional, but he didn't, for me, like, show as much emotion. Am I being overly critical in that?
It's
like,
probably complicated because I think if his dad hadn't gone to rehab and wasn't currently doing well.
Oh, yeah, because he gets to show positive. Yeah, that's true.
It ends up being kind of like a triumphant story versus if he had to come in and the story was different and it
like,
was
I don't
just
talk
the
to him
first
anymore.
part, right?
Or
And
some
it wasn't.
shit like that.
It didn't include the rehab piece.
That's true.
Also, like, sometimes
man.
Sometimes people that like have that level of trauma too, you just get desensitized.
That's true. That's
to
true.
talking about it and like desensitized to like sharing it with people.
The first time I'm saying this, like, and this is in front of you guys, like, I genuinely think that I'm falling in love with Jenn.
That's sweet.
And we're not going to cringe because they've actually have a bit of a relationship.
They do. And they talked about really,
and they have a
really
good connection.
big topics. Yeah.
After our date yesterday, I knew I was developing feelings, and it just hit me like, damn.
It's going to get complicated, though, Grant. You're only like halfway through the season. That's all I'm going to say.
He probably, anybody that had a one-on-one date right now had this is good timing.
That's true. That's true. Because it's almost like a bit of a launch forward down the season.
Yeah.
You're making a couple of cuts.
I had my little mini one-on-one at the beginning.
It's about a minute.
Time is of the essence.
And that pressure would make the conversations feel more awkward, I would think.
Grant made the mood even more tense and emotional.
I don't know, but like he's just like trying to share. These are the people he's with every day, and he's just trying to share. And I don't think that was like super shitty of him. I get it, like,
so
and I don't think that's really what people are saying. I think like he was like it's tough to hear, and I think Devin basically said the same thing. It's like, yeah, you know, they're only hearing it, but they're not fighting with him, you know, which is good.
I don't know, you almost take these cocktail parties as like a guarantee, so that really sucks.
Did she tell them there's no time? She's not. She's just eliminating.
Oh,
Is that what happened?
I didn't really hear. I wasn't paying that much attention. We were joking.
I was picking my nose.
Yeah.
Literally.
Don't tell anybody I was crying. Just
I won't.
Okay, so there's that emotion I was talking about, and I'm glad that he's like having like a happy tear. Then it doesn't always have. Yeah, okay, that's great.
And overwhelm, right?
Yeah,
Because
way to
it's
go,
like
Grant.
you say
Yeah,
something
that's
out
true.
loud, and it makes it so much more real than if it's just in your head.
Jen's making all sorts of people be like, I love you!
Yeah. She's a catch.
Yeah, she's great.
I was not expecting Jenn to cancel the cocktail party.
It's just because the episode's too long, Jeremy. That's all it is. They knew. They're like,
They
no, we
need
ain't
to
got time
wrap
for
this
shit
shit up.
Also, I think they probably do throw that in there now and again to add tension too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And if she knows who she's going to pick, there's no
that's
point
true.
in having them all sit down and have awkward conversations with her if it's not going to change her mind.
7.
Obviously. I really feel like their connection is different.
Because it used to be kind of weird with Sam, and now, like,
It's Devin.
Yeah, the vibe's changing with Devin a lot.
I don't think Sam showed up great on his one-on-one. Like, obviously not enough for her to not want to be with him anymore.
Right?
But I just don't. I think that maybe
I think that maybe it was a bit of a
sow some
break.
seeds of doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because he wasn't nice to her.
Yeah.
When they were like up on that like walk thing, you
Uh-huh.
know, it's between Catman and Dylan.
She's keeping Catman, I would think.
I would think so too.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dylan's going home. Oh, Dylan.
I mean, we did predict that.
This is why Austin left too, because he knew that this would happen.
Yeah.
So why wait until a rose ceremony for her to tell you that there's not as strong of a connection when you already know there's not as strong of a connection?
Well, he's not even going to be able to show up, basically, is I think like part of it too, because he can't even pretend to have fun because he's just kind of down.
And how is he going to pull her for a conversation when like you can tell, you could sense the disappointment?
Yeah, and he doesn't want to come up desperately begging for her to like, because that's not going to work either.
No.
So it's just like there's no point. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what happened. Oh, it sucks to be the only one cut, I'm sure.
I'm sure it does.
Austin ran and left his buddy Dylan out there to get f***ing solo cut. Austin.
To a love that never dies. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you, Bachelorettes. That's the episode. I don't know why I'm thanking them. F*** you, Bachelorettes.
I don't know what is going on over here today.
That's the end of the episode.
It is. It is the end of the episode.
How do you feel about Bachelorette?
I felt like this episode was a little boring, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened.
And then Dylan went home.
Austin
walked. Matt got kicked. She got a little sad one time.
Who's Matt? Oh, Matt. Yeah. Matthew? Matt?
I think he was Matt.
Whatever.
Yeah, and then the end. But it's gonna be exciting. We're setting up for the exciting back half of the Bachelorette.
Didn't some other people go home? A bunch of people went home today, right? Because they did the Matt thing, and then they did a cut.
Yeah,
I don't even remember who went home from that.
Who was there even?
Oh, Thomas, and then one other person, right?
Yeah.
It was Thomas and someone else. Sorry, someone else.
I don't know. It's too many names to keep track of.
John.
Thomas.
Man, a lot of people went home. So
Thomas,
Matthew, who wasn't on the show.
Dylan,
Matt, whatever.
Austin.
Who wasn't on the show. And then
4 people, 1 episode.
Yeah.
It's an executioner episode right here.
Yeah. That was a lot of people that went home.
Well,
they had to shove it all in because there wasn't any good content.
Yeah,
they had
that's
to just show a bunch of people going home. Well, thank you for watching with us.
Yep.
I think Devin's gonna win. What do you think? Please, no spoilers. If you've been on Reality Steve, please don't tell us.
Don't give us the Steve
Don't tell
spoilers.
us, okay? I don't want Steve's feelings. I want your feelings.
Yeah. Give us justification. I need evidence. I want a 3-paragraph essay on
who you think is gonna win and why.
Who and why. On my desk. You got 3 days. 3 days, because then I'll stop checking. The desk is the comment section. Like the video too while you're at it.
Do you agree? Do you think Devin's gonna win?
Yeah, I think at this point I do. I think it could shift, but it
did
feels
make
like
me a little bit uncomfortable when I saw her multiple guys telling her that they're like not ready. Do you know what I mean? That was weird.
Them, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Be showing up here and not
Grant's already ready, man. Grant is ready.
Grant's ready.
I'm hoping Grant makes it pretty far too. I'm hoping Grant makes it to hometowns. At least.
I'm kind of feeling like you might.
Yeah, tell us what you think. Like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We watched The Bachelorette, obviously. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. We watched Love is Blind Mexico, which is great. Pretty cool,
season.
Really good season. Really like that. We are going to be starting watching Love is Blind UK in like now.
Yeah.
And then when Golden Bachelorette comes up with Joan, we will also be watching that. So if you like watching any of those shows, or if you want to suggest anything below for us to watch together,
like Love Island that everybody has.
Please don't. We can't. It's over, you guys.
It's over, you guys. let a good thing lie. All right, we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye.
Then I got it knocked, and I started going.
Ridiculous.
All those tearjerkers.
Hey, we're gonna go on a cruise this summer. You should come with us.
That's a good
point. So
they
can't really get into a lot of this stuff. Why'd you just hit me in the boob?
I meant to just I meant to lightly tap you.
I'm gonna hit your boob.
Hit my boob if you want. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm a mess, dude.
Good job.
No, I didn't say good job and smack you in the boob. Good job. Good job. No, we gotta cut all that.